guys, it's Caitlin. I'm back with another video. Today I'm going to be doing my September wrap up and share the 18 books I read in September with you guys and how I reviewed and rated them. If you're new to my channel, you should definitely stick around and subscribe. I'm going to be posting a lot more on this channel, and definitely go follow me on Bookstagram and Book Talk if you want to see more book content. I don't want to drag on this intro for too long, so let's hop right into the books I read in September. First up, we have Lola and the Millionaires. This is an Omegaverse reverse harem duet. I'm normally not someone who reads paranormal, shifter, Omegaverse romances, but this duet was so good. I highly recommend. It was super smutty, like 10 out of 10 smut, and I just loved all of her relationships with all the different guys and their connections to each other. It was just so good. Even if you're not normally into Omegaverse romances, you should definitely check this one out. Like I said, that's not normally my genre of choice, but I really love this duet. Next up is The Games We Play novella by Dana Ayali. I was seeing this novella all over TikTok and Bookstagram, so I had to give it a try, and it was so good. Literally, my only complaint about the book was it was only a novella, so it was only like 100 or so pages versus a full novel. And I loved Jack and Quinlan so much that I definitely could have read like 200 more pages of them together. So only complaint, but it was really good. And I not only loved Jack and Quinlan, but I loved all his friends that were in the book. Like, they went to war for that girl, and I cannot wait for the rest of their books to come, and I'm definitely going to be reading them as soon as they come out. Book number 4 for September was His Pretty Toy by Shanna Handel. She is an immediate download author for me. I read every single one of her new releases, and this was a surprise release. Didn't think it was coming, so I was so excited when I saw it in my email. She's been in the middle of writing a series, so I thought that was like the next book coming out, but this was a surprise release. Got so excited, and I just love grumpy billionaire books, so I really loved this one. Shanna Handel always brings the spice. There's always the daddy vibe, the swanking vibe, if that's what you're into. I love every single one of her books that has come out, and I don't think I've missed a new release in like 2 years from her. My next read was an ARC, and it is Corrupted Crown by Kristen Luciani. I had mixed feelings about this one. It wasn't fantastic, but it wasn't bad. It was a brother's best friend mafia romance, which I am always a fan of, but it just took me a little bit to get into this book. And then my other main issue was that it ended on a cliffhanger, and I had no idea that that was gonna happen. So wasn't a huge fan. It wasn't bad, but not great. After loving Lola and the Millionaires so much, I wanted to try out some more Omegaverse books, so I picked up Marked Omega by Lizzie Beckwin. This book was very spicy, so I loved that aspect of it, and it kind of dove into more societal dystopian issues than Lola and the Millionaires did, which I feel is normally an aspect of Omegaverse books, so maybe that was why I liked Lola and the Millionaires so much. Overall, this was like a so-so read for me. Not absolutely fantastic, but overall I did enjoy it. Decided not to continue on with this series. I might hop back into it later, but not right now. If you have any other Omegaverse books, especially ones similar to Lola and the Millionaires, please let me know, because I really love that book and would love more vibes like that one. My boyfriend and I have gotten super into F1 in the last few years, and I've heard such amazing things about the Dirty Air series, so I had to read Throttled by Lauren Asher. This book was like the best of everything for me. I love F1 and loved kind of seeing more of the behind the scenes of that. The main character, Maya, had a freaking YouTube channel, which is like my MO, so I absolutely loved that aspect of it as well. The brothers' rival, Forbidden Romance, was super good as well. I just really loved everything about this book. I have no complaints. This was definitely a top read for me of the year, and I don't really know why I didn't go straight into reading the second book. I think I just want to kind of savor this series, so I'm going to spread it out a little bit, but highly recommend Throttled. Really good, and I cannot wait to read more of this series. Book number 8 was Voyeur by Fiona Cole. I read the second book in this series last month or 2 months ago, I can't remember, which I didn't absolutely love that book just because some of the things that happened, but I really liked the concept of the series, of the storyline, so I decided to hop back in and read the first book, which I enjoyed a lot more. I really loved Oakland and Callum's story. It was so cute and so spicy. I definitely want to go in and read some more books in this series. They are a little bit shorter, which I love to just kind of get me through in between like longer series, so I'll probably hop in and read the next few when I need to like break up a longer series, because I find it hard to like power through one whole series at a time. Another short, spicy, taboo romance is Just a Bit Obsessed by Alessandra Hazard. Not sure if I said that right, but this is the second book in her Straight Boy series. I don't even know how I found this, but it was really good. I really liked it. I feel like overall the series is a little bit similar to the Voyeur series. I don't really know why, because I feel like they're also very different, but I guess just the short, spicy, taboo romances really connected my brain. It's hard for me to rate like shorter novellas like a 5, even if I really enjoyed it, just because I feel like it's hard to kind of dive into their storyline. But I did really like this book, and I ended up going back and reading the first one. I'll get into that later, but I definitely really like this series, and I really liked this story. Another one of my top reads for the month is the Blindfold Club series by Nikki Sloan. I read the first first 4 books in the series. I'm not someone who ever buys books. I normally read everything on Kindle Unlimited or Libby, but I got the first book for free a while ago and decided to finally read it, and I loved it so much that I ended up downloading the rest of the series. I only made it through the first 4 books. Like I said, it's hard for me to just read one full series straight in a go. Mostly I feel like I'm putting this one off because I don't want the storyline to be finished. I absolutely love the series. The smut, the spiciness is off the charts. I cannot pick a favorite of the first 4. They were all so good, and I feel like I was kind of waiting for a set of characters that I wasn't gonna love as much, but that did not happen. They were all so good. I will say my favorite character of the whole series so far is probably Peyton. She's just a badass queen. She can do no wrong in my mind. I love her so much. This whole series gets a 5 stars for me, 5 spice rating, so good, and I will definitely hop in and read the last 2 books. I'm just, you know, savoring it a little bit longer. I was inspired by the spicy book queen herself, Fit Teacher Rachel, to dive more into audiobooks this month, so I picked up Stuck Up Suit. This is a reread for me. I forgot how much I absolutely loved this book. Graham and Soraya's story is so cute. I was so obsessed with it as much as I was the first time. And for it being an audiobook, I didn't absolutely love the narration. I don't know what it was, just their voices or like the mimicking. I couldn't really get into that part of it, but I did really love the book itself. Reading on my Kindle, definitely my preferred method of reading, but I still want to try and get into audiobooks more so I can read like when I'm at the treadmill on the gym and stuff. So I'm gonna push through, give a few more books a try. I'm gonna try and do some new reads to see if that helps, if that hurts. We'll see how it goes. Book 15 was Theirs for the Night by Katie Robert. This was another free download that I got on Kindle. I really loved Meg, Theo, and Galen. They are just so good, and the spiciness was unreal. Only complaint is that it ended on a cliffhanger, and it's definitely an enticement to download the next books in this series, which I'm definitely gonna have to do and spend the money on it, but I love the characters enough to do it. I was just traveling, it was hectic, so I didn't want to dive into the next book quite yet, but I definitely will be doing that in October. I talked about this author last month. I'll talk about her again this month. She is always an instant download author for me, and that is Beautiful Trouble by B.B. Hamill. This was the next book in her Oligarch series, which I really enjoyed. Darren and Winter were super cute, really loved their story. I guess cute is not the right word because it was a very dark read, but I really liked it. I will say I didn't find this book as spicy as most of her other releases. It was definitely just a lot darker and focused kind of more on the plot than on the spiciness, which I found okay still, but it was just a little bit of a change up for her. I'm not sure when the next book is coming out, but it will be Penny and Casper's story, and it will definitely be another instant download for me. Book 17 was another arc, and it was Owned by the Billionaire by Tristan Rivers. It definitely took me a little bit to get into this book as well. Not really sure what it was. I think it might have been because she described the main guy character as a hipster, and to me, billionaire and hipster just don't compute in my brain together, so I kind of had trouble getting into his character and the storyline. But I did really enjoy the dom-sub relationship, the BDSM relationship vibes of this book. I did find that Adler's feelings for Reagan kind of went from 0 to 100 real quick. Like, he seemed not interested and then was like head over heels in love with her, so that was kind of another aspect of the book I struggled to get into, but it was cute. I don't have like any bad feelings towards it. It just was not a 10 out of 10 read for me. And the last book I read for the month was Just a Bit Twisted by Alessandra Hazard. I really enjoyed Just a Bit Obsessed and wanted to read some more books in the series. I read it out of order like I did with Voyeur, not sure why, but this was the first book in the series. This was a professor-student MM relationship, so if those are not your vibes, don't read this book, but I really enjoyed it. I really loved how Derek and Sean's relationship developed throughout this book, and I will just say grumpy man, cute kid interactions are just the best part of any book ever. So I really liked this book. It was super spicy, super good, and I definitely want to read some more books from this series. Wow, okay, those are the 18 books I read in September, another really high reading month for me. My goal for October is to read 20 books. I've been so close the last 2 months with 19 and 18 books, so I'm really gonna try and push myself and read 20 books this month. This is the first month I haven't had any travel plans since like April, so I feel like we can do it. We're gonna push ourselves. I hope you guys liked this video. If you did, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up and leave me comments down below. That really supports my channel and helps my channel grow. And if you're new to my channel, don't forget to stick around and subscribe for more book content, or go check out my Bookstagram and book talk. That's gonna be it for this video. I really hope you guys liked it, and I will see you guys in my next one.